Brace yourself for a journey like never before. Are you ready to be inspired, to be moved, to laugh, to cry, to go, "Oh, they're cute little animals, aren't they?" Yes, you are. And to share in the manic and the mayhem. You will fall in love with Mad Vets. Join us for the crazy, the funny, the inspirational, and the heartbreaking moments of Mad Vets 24/7 as they make a difference to the lives of animals and those who care for them. Meet the team: Dr. Lisa, Super Sue, Dr. Tara, Emma, Karen, and Kerry. Together they are Mad Vets, making a difference in the lives of animals. It's another busy day in the life of the Holistic Vets and ARC team. It's only 9 a.m. and Dr. Lisa has already finished a radio interview, tended to hospitalised animals and injured wildlife that is constantly arriving at the front door. While reception continues to fill up with people coming from near and far, Dr. Lisa has patients already in the consult room waiting for her. Meet Saf, a much-loved dog of 14 years old who's been through the mill. Run over by a car almost a year ago, had a large tumour removed from her stomach 6 months ago, and recently fallen from a car. This poor girl has had a journey. Dr. Lisa checks Safi over and talks with her owner. While Saf is getting prepped to have x-rays done to determine the extent of her injuries, Lisa checks on Pisa, an adorable cat that was hit by a car and has been left with a broken pelvis and paralysed from the waist down. Due to nerve damage, she's unable to urinate and defecate on her own, which is concerning for her long-term survival. With such severe injuries and after consultation with a specialist, Pisa's local vet had recommended euthanasia as an option. But with her front half being so perky, her owner looked for other options and consulted Holistic Vets.
Pisa's case presents some really difficult challenges. She's come to us having had 2 vets suggest that euthanasia might be the best option for her, yet her owners can't reconcile that her front end is so bright and happy and her back end doesn't work. As vets, our duty is to relieve pain and suffering, and when we're faced with a decision of euthanasia, we've got to weigh up very carefully what's in the best interests of the animals. But for Pisa, I can see that she's not suffering at this stage. Certainly she's got a lot of healing to do, but she's coping really well. And there is a chance, even if it's small, that she might pull through, and if not live a normal life, at least she could live as a handicapped animal being looked after really well by her owners who are up for this challenge. So we've got an interesting few weeks ahead of us. And while some animals have done remarkably well with the therapies that we offer, like our amazing hyperbaric chamber and acupuncture and various other things that we use, and they've come back with health conditions where they've been told before by other vets and specialists that there's no chance, Pisa might not be one of those, but we'll certainly give it a really good go.
Dr. Lisa hopes that with acupuncture and hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help flood her cells with oxygen and promote healing, there might be a chance of restoring some function to the lower half of her body, or at least help to accelerate the healing of her fractures.
Now I've got Pisa in our hyperbaric chamber, and she's about to have a session of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which basically means getting oxygen at high pressure. Oxygen under high pressure is amazing because it delivers very high concentration of oxygen to all the cells in the body, and it can actually bypass the bloodstream, which is incredibly helpful when there's been traumatic injuries. And of course, every cell in the body to function optimally needs oxygen. So after her chamber session, Pisa will feel nice and relaxed. There'll be some anti-inflammatory effects, and most important, it will help her fractures to heal at a greater rate, and we're hoping that it will also help to regenerate some of her nerves, but time will tell.
Saf is safely coming around from her sedation and waking up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This 42 kg gorgeous girl is carried to her recovery area. Lisa now checks over the stray kitten that was brought in earlier to determine if she's in good health and ready to go out to one of ARC's volunteers for foster care. It's time to meet our beautiful stray kitten's new foster mum, Buffy, a very compassionate little dog who's taken it upon herself to care and nurture all the stray kittens. This little kitty will be going off to one of ARC's wonderful foster carers for lots of love and attention. And what do we have in the mystery box? It's a heron! By the way, here's some interesting facts you may not have known about the heron. There are 64 different species of heron found inhabiting the wetlands around the world.
But often they get kicked out of the nest because they've got underlying deformities or fractures and things like that.
Here's something guys could learn from the heron. Both the male heron and the female heron help to incubate their eggs and feed the tiny heron chicks. Herons live for up to 25 years. Herons are not considered to be threatened or endangered animals, although concerns have been raised about the health risks to the world's heron populations. Pollution is a major factor in the decline of many animal populations around the world, and pollution in the water can have a devastating effect on the fish which the heron eat. Dr. Lisa and her dedicated team are excited to find that Pisa the cat has in fact passed emotion completely by herself.
This is week 2. Little Peace has been with us for a couple of weeks, and we've had her being treated in our hyperbaric chamber and with acupuncture, all in the hope that we can return some of the function of her nerves and her hind legs back to normal. And we're really excited today because for the first time she's passed some poop. Yay! So she won't need an enema, which is wonderful, and this means that long term hopefully we can manage her and maintain her in good health, having quality of life.
This is a good sign and encouraging. Hopefully, with the loving care and dedication of Pisa's owners who have refused to give up, Pisa may just have a positive future ahead.
If she's like how she is now, for the rest of her life, I mean, we're going to be looking at getting her some wheels for the back end.
Yeah.
While Pisa's owners learn about the process of caring for their precious girl when she finally returns home, a little dog called Bella is calling for Dr. Lisa's attention. She has come in with a sore back leg and x-rays are needed to help determine what the problem is. While Super Sue rocks Bella gently off to sleep, ready for her x-rays, Dr. Lisa is about to find out some fantastic news. She has just received this success story from a client who had a cat who was seriously paralysed with a condition that's a mouthful to say called feline arterial thromboembolism.
Feline arterial thromboembolism, a real mouthful, but it's a condition that some cats get when they have underlying issues with their heart, and it's basically a blood clot that occurs in the lower half of their body, causing them to become paralysed. It's often a very painful condition and it can be quite difficult to get them to heal from it. So Sapphire came to us as a referral from her local vets who had done a wonderful job of helping her through, but in order to get her legs being used again, we wanted to make use of the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and it's just worked wonders for her.
This is how bad the cat's condition was in the beginning. And this is how she's doing just a few weeks after coming home from the therapy and treatment by Dr. Lisa and her team. This guy is called Chance, a pit bull cross found lost in a forest in Rotorua, and the owners couldn't be found. He was in poor shape, but his rescuers gave him some wonderful TLC and he's such a lovely boy. He's coming today to be neutered.
So this is Chance, and he was found by one of our clients in Rotorua as a stray, and they couldn't find his owners. They suspect he was a pet dog because he had these 2 big abscesses on his side when he was found, one there and one there. And he was so skinny, you could see his ribs, and his coat was dull and dry. But look at him now, it's a few weeks later, we've neutered him and fixed up his abscesses, and he's just looking amazing. Now the next step is to find him a fantastic forever home.
With a full-on day for Dr. Lisa, she still has one final patient of the day. Meet Cruz, who is desperately needing a tumour removed from his eye. Dr. Lisa and her dedicated team get Cruz prepped and ready for surgery with constant care to check how he's doing at every moment. This tumour has been causing poor Cruz major discomfort, but within a short space of time, Dr. Lisa has removed the tumour beautifully and Cruz's eye is neatly stitched up. As Cruz gently wakes up, he's taken back to his cosy bed in the recovery area, and this gorgeous chap can look forward to a brighter future now and looking at the world in a whole new way.